Brandon, do the honors, please.
Hello everyone and welcome to Tank Talks. I'm Keith Millender.
I'm Brandon Lorick.
If you're a first time listener, I lie a lot.
That's true. If you're a first time listener, switch those names. I'm Keith.
And I'm Brandon.
And today, we're going to do an episode of the Tank Talks, themed.
We have a topic that we've been hunting for a while.
Yes, I believe the topic is excellent.
We're discussing Easter.
That's right. I was trying to think of a pun that was actually related to the actual holiday rather than the eggs.
Now, Keith, where do you think that Easter falls, on your list of favorite holidays? Either now or growing up. I guess just a mixture of them.
I would say growing up it didn't fall on, as an adult and with my faith and everything else, it's become more important as you learn what it's about. But growing up, it wasn't the most important. Let's face it, growing up, the most important holidays are holidays where you get gifts.
Yeah.
So Christmas, top of the line holidays. Really everything kind of falls in line and is boring behind that, I think. 4th of July, you have fireworks.
Yeah.
But, I'm fairly certain I ranked my holidays based on gifts.
I think that it would have went Christmas, Halloween, and then, I didn't even think of 4th of July, but probably, I don't know, maybe, I think for us it was more of more celebration for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So I guess New Year's and Easter would have been tied for me. But like you said, as I've grown up, I feel like it's, become more important to the meaning, but
certainly
the celebration has stayed the same. Because when
yeah.
you get older, you still don't get you don't go hunt for eggs.
Yeah.
Which to me, if you had an adult Easter egg hunt, would be way more exciting.
Brandon, come over to my house on Easter because my mom is very concerned. Well, my mom's house is very, very concerned with making things fun. She likes to keep us feeling young. That's why at Christmas there's always some sort of childish toy that she gives us, and I'm not against it. I love it. I love this kind of thing all the time. But she got all of the girls in our family those those big those balls that you sit on and hop on. It was a great hit. So I love my mom for doing that. But she is going to hide eggs. We're all
for who?
The adult children. We're all going to run around finding eggs. So I'm excited. We did it last year.
When you first said she was concerned, I thought you meant there's been some rattlesnakes been laying eggs. We got to find them before they hatch.
That would be even better. If it was, we got to find actual animal eggs and kill them. But no, come on down. You have any Easter traditions? Because obviously we're going to be getting into some traditions in this episode. So you have any great Easter traditions over your lifetime?
Really, I think that we just had the normal stuff. You went and found eggs. You had an Easter basket.
Yep.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I want to say that my mom, I got an Easter basket, but Easter was a time where I would get she'd get me one little gift.
Oh yeah, we were the same way.
Got one. Maybe a little Lego set or something.
I remember one year I got Tim McGraw. It was his greatest hits number 2.
Yep, all my Lego sets were just the Christ in the tomb. It was just different iterations of that. That's not true.
But it got us thinking about how do other people celebrate?
Because Easter was 2 days ago from when you're watching it.
Wouldn't it be coming up?
Is that when you want to air it?
We don't have a Tank Talk scheduled for this week.
I guess we didn't discuss it. Well, Easter's coming up. Don't worry, folks. Every episode, I will mess up the timing somehow. Easter's coming up, and that got us thinking.
I think one of the most recent ones, you think, we recorded them, but we were going to air them flip-flop. So you thanked me for something that I had done that I hadn't done yet in the timeline for the viewers.
Well, it's just going to give something interesting for viewers to actually go back and they really want to pick it apart. They'll give it Tank Media theories.
Yes. So for my list, and I guess just to preference it, from what Keith said, his list is going to be way more exciting than mine because I was really scraping
we haven't even told them what we're going to do.
How other countries celebrate Easter.
Yes. Easter's coming. I want to go ahead and get it all on the table. Easter's coming up. We got thinking about what other cultures do for Easter, and we have lists of things that they do.
So for my first country, I have Bermuda. And there, they make homemade kites to represent Christ's ascension. but now people just go and like fly kites, which I thought was just interesting because I feel like that's just a normal activity. Like us hunting eggs, that's not something you do every day unless you live on a farm.
Right.
Or unless you have like a weasel stealing eggs.
Yeah, that you on the weasel farms. Yeah, and with kites, doesn't that happen with every holiday though? Like you start doing something funny for a holiday or something weird for a holiday, and then 100 years later, everybody's just doing that thing on that day and they don't know why.
What's the first country you got, Keith?
In France. Our sources, if you are French or you are Bermudan or
Birmingham.
If you are from any of these places, do let us know if we butcher your traditions. Maybe I don't have good sources. But I've learned that I have no idea how this applies to Easter, but in France, in the town of Haux, H-A-U-X, I guess, a giant omelet made with 4,500 eggs that feeds 1,000 people is served up in the town's main square. The story goes when Napoleon and his army were traveling through the south of France, they stopped in a small town and ate omelets. And so now they make a giant omelet for Easter.
You know, I think Easter hasn't really right now. Chocolate is the official food of like Easter.
Yes,
like Thanksgiving you got turkey, and then I guess like at Christmas you've got candy canes.
Yeah, and Easter you have rabbits made of candy.
Like if you gave me a choice between like a basket full of chocolate and a basket full of omelet, I'm going to choose that omelet.
You really? You think so? What about an omelet with chocolate in it?
No, I wouldn't go near that.
Wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. All right, what else you got for me, Brandon? Where else are we going?
In Norway, they don't really celebrate like the idea of Easter. Instead, they celebrate like
Norwegians.
They just read a lot of mystery books, and they call it Easter crime.
Easter crime.
And they go up to like cabins in the mountains and play Yahtzee. Apparently,
everyone does this.
Apparently, that's like a really popular thing. Like, if you're not doing this, you're breaking tradition.
Why is it in conjunction? Why is it mountain cabin and Yahtzee?
Like here, if we had children and we didn't hide eggs for them, our parents would say, "You're breaking tradition. Why are you doing
hide
this?"
Eggs.
But think about if they're has Timmy been reading his like crime fiction? Yeah. Like, do you have the Yahtzee set from the cabin? If you didn't have that, people are gonna say, Where's your Easter spirit?
Yeah, where's your Easter spirit, man? You're letting Easter die. Come to our cabin with us. You don't have to stay home. Sweden, also out there in the Netherlands or whatever we're talking about. I forget the names of all those places because I'm a U.S. centric American who cares.
You don't even have to know the states.
Yeah, who cares not for other countries. That's not true. Sweden. Easter in Sweden sounds a lot more like Halloween to me, with children dressing up as Easter witches. Why those two words go next to each other? Easter witches wearing long skirts, colorful headscarves, and painted red cheeks, and go from home to home in their neighborhoods trading paintings and drawings in the hopes of receiving sweets. Mm-hmm. That sounds messed up to me. that sounds like the opposite of Easter. That sounds like some Satan institution to try to fight Easter.
Why would you trade candy for paintings?
Yeah.
And by children, those things are never good.
That's true. Yeah. We're not putting that in the fridge. They probably just have a trash can right by the door. And that's why we just say trick or treat in America. In Sweden, there's just a big trash can by everybody's door on Easter. And they hand some chocolate, take the painting, and drop it right in.
Next, I have Japan, and apparently Easter has not taken off in Japan.
That makes sense.
Except for really commercialized weird things. Because they have Disney has an Easter themed park. They make their whole park Easter. I don't know if there's
interesting. They just got
Tunnel of Jesus, or
they just got a Disneyland in Tokyo, I thought.
Yes, they have chocolate. They say that since Easter has a movable date, that it's not appealing.
Oh, they don't like that. The Japanese don't like the movable date for Easter.
They do not like that, and plus apparently they have a lot of rival holidays that they like better, like the cherry blossom tree.
The cherry blossom tree day?
Yes.
Will you scoot over here to the right?
Yes,
I'm looking at our monitor, and I feel like things are out of the sync. So now, oh man, that feels a lot better.
Out of the sync.
That feels a lot better to me.
Who do you have next, or do you want to comment on Japan?
I feel like I make people upset. I don't have a problem with Japan. That's just a little strange.
One thing I felt weird about it was that they blamed it on like they don't have a huge like Christian population.
Makes sense.
But I feel like there's a lot of places that don't. Like, there's a lot of people who like aren't Christian. They're celebrating Easter. You know.
I don't want to force Easter on you. If you don't believe in anything about Easter, honestly, I say don't buy that Easter basket. Don't do it halfway. It's not about the eggs, but why? I don't know. In Corfu, Greece, the tradition of pot throwing takes place on the morning of Holy Saturday. People throw pots and pans and other earthenware out of their windows, smashing them on the street. Some say the custom of throwing pots welcome spring, symbolizing the new crops that will be gathered in new pots. Others say it derives from the Venetians, who on New Year's Day used to throw out all of their old items. Doesn't that sound a little bit like a lack of foresight? Mm-hmm. Like on New Year's Day, you're like, oh, I'm sure I'll buy a new pan this year.
That's what I'm also wondering. Like, is it cheap pans, or is it... You said, hey, we're going to have a plate smashing day.
Right.
I'm probably going to go up to Dollar Tree and grab a bunch of plates. Like, there's not a quality there.
I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry I'm yawning. I ate so much food at my grandma's house today that I feel like she drugged me.
Today, you mean Tuesday?
Whenever, Brandon. Whenever.
In India, they celebrate for 1 to 2 weeks. And they have what they call a movable feast. Not sure what that means, but it sounds delicious.
It's just like a giant dinner table on wheels that people pedal around the city.
Like this one girl talked about how they give bread to everyone in church. Apparently, they get to eat it during the church service. And
preach, brother.
The pastor chooses 12 people to wash the feet of. I think that's pretty impressive.
How do you get picked?
You gotta be a lay person.
Gotta be a lay person. Likely gotta have sort of clean feet. I imagine
I don't know.
Pastor Tim doesn't want to grab your.
I feel like Pastor Kim he would just choose 12 random people.
He would walk.
That's when you separate the quality pastors from the
that's a good shepherd
quality.
That is a good shepherd.
And also they give each other lanterns. Now they said colored lanterns, but I thought. Like, I really hope they're working lanterns. That would be really cool. Like, I'd never go buy a lantern, but if someone gave me a lantern.
Yeah. I imagine it's maybe like a paper lantern or something. That's kind of Chinese or other Asian.
I love gifts that are really cool. And, like, when you're given them when you wouldn't go buy it. Like, right. I had a friend was asking me about groomsmen gifts. And I was telling him how you went and bought, like, lighters for everyone.
Right.
And I was like, a lighter's not something that I use a lot because I do not smoke anything, nor am I an arsonist. So I don't use, one a lot. So I'd never go buy one, but it's just cool having one.
Yeah, it's something that you wouldn't buy yourself, but it is nice that someone gave it to you. Mm-hmm. All right, Brandon. This is it. It's been a while since we've gone to the lab. Mm-hmm. But this last Easter tradition is one that I wanted to try myself. So we're going to be going to the lab at the end of this episode.
Okay.
In Brazil, I have learned, based on this one travel blog that is not sourced, that besides being crazy football fans in Brazil, there's a crazy tradition of creating straw dolls that represent Judas, the apostle
the opossum,
the apostle that betrayed Jesus, and hanging them up in the streets and beating them. And many times politicians involved in scandals become Judas. So, in Brazil, apparently, they make dolls and they beat the crap out of them and they symbolize Judas. Mm-hmm. So today, we will be going to the lab to make our own straw doll. And we're going to beat the crap out of Judas because he's a real not swell guy. See you there. Welcome to Brazil. Well, not really Brazil. This is just my yard. This is our straw Judas. Look at him and his betraying personality. What a beautiful likeness. Doesn't it look like Judas, Brandon?
It does.
Are you ready to beat the crap out of him?
Yes.
This is for you, Brazil. Judas, we find you guilty of stabbing Jesus in the back for gold, silver. Brandon, do the honors, please. These Brazilians sure know how to celebrate. Right. As always, Mia likes to interrupt the video. We'll see you next time. Enjoy your Easter.